Good morning, YouTube. Freddie Cardona here. Welcome back to another episode of Driving and the News. Today is December 13th, 2022.
Number inbound of the Holland, the Lincoln, and the GW Bridge. Alternate signs in effect today, and it is a gridlock alert day today. Traffic is sponsored by Whole Foods Market. Our next report is 8:01. I'm Karen Stewart, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Whole Foods Market has can't-miss deals on meats this holiday season. Get 28% off animal welfare certified bone-in beef short ribs with Prime through December 13th, while supplies last. Shop in-store or online. Terms apply.
Why today is a very big day for LGBTQ plus Americans. We're going to talk about that. Plus, I've got a cat story, Dean, so you have to stick around.
Well, that's like double for me.
Yeah.
You got me locked here, Susan, for the next couple of minutes here for sure. Folks should be locked into this late week forecast because it is going to be, at the very worst, messy and slow. At the very best, I should say, messy and slow. At the very worst, slippery to icy and slow. And those areas that will have that part of the equation more likely inland. Getting to that point, not bad, just cold. I have a friend visiting from Chicago. He had 2 pairs of pants this morning. It's really cold in the city. Temperatures, real feels in the mid-teens. We'll get up to a high near 40. Not a ton of wind today. More wind tomorrow, and feeling, I think, even colder throughout the day with the high about 41. Real feels in the 20s. And that rain for the city and the coastal suburbs, snow and sleet mixed in the inland suburbs, and mainly snow farther north and west. You go 287 for this storm. We'll see how it plays out here as we go Thursday into Friday, but be ready for slow travel. 25 at the moment, going up to a sunny 40 today. I'm Aki with the meteorologist Dean DeVore, York's weather station, 1010 Wins.
We're about to get some very bright glare.
Signed the Respect for Marriage Act into law. The bill was passed after Justice Clarence Thomas suggested the Supreme Court decision on gay marriage should be given a second look after the court's conservative majority shot down the law that protected a woman's right to have an abortion. GLAAD President and CEO Sarah Kate Ellis.
71% of Americans are for marriage equality. So I think that finally the House, the Senate are showing or speaking on behalf of Americans and how they feel and how they think.
The bill also codifies interracial marriage as well. Authorities in LA now trying to figure out where to send that city's most famous mountain lion for a comfy retirement far away from house pets.
P22, whose past haunts have included the famous Hollywood sign, was sedated before he was carried out of a backyard in LA.
It's about to get very glary.
101 freeways to get to his home in Griffith Park. Lately, the 12-year-old puma had been exhibiting troubling behavior, wandering off his usual path, attacking a neighborhood dog, then snatching and killing a chihuahua. The California Department of Fish and Wildlife says veterinarians and biologists are working together to find the most humane option available for what they call the remarkably old cat.
That's correspondent Deborah Rodriguez. Why many retail workers learn to hate holiday tunes. Bloomberg Money Watch next.
When love is shared, great things happen. That's why Subaru created the Share the Love event. And now, after this year, Subaru and our retailers will have donated over $250 million. Right now, own a Subaru, and Subaru will donate $250 to charity. Visit a participating Subaru retailer.
Getting some of the ice off of the windows.
13th, 2023. Promotion ends January 3rd, 2023. See Subaru.com for more details.
When Dad entered hospice care, he wanted to do so in the comfort of his own bed. Part of making end-of-life decisions is choosing the right hospice care.
All right, we have a bus in front of us, a school bus. Let's see if no one stops.
I don't think we could have gotten
If we get the red light
They really gave us the emotional
and the stop
support and
sign.
counseling we needed. Parker Institute was there for us through all stages of life, providing the best all-around care, accepting patients of all faiths. Parker Jewish Institute. Learn more at parkerinstitute.org.
Now Bloomberg Money Watch on 1010 Wins with Steve Potisk.
Well, for many of us, Susan, hearing holiday music on occasion this time of year is nice. But for anyone working in retail, hearing it every day, all day for weeks, might drive you to say, bah humbug. As stores relentlessly play the tunes to get shoppers in the mood to spend on gifts, employees have no refuge. Now, one deli worker tells the Wall Street Journal that when it comes to Mariah Carey's hit, "All I Want for Christmas Is You," enough is enough. At least 3 petitions on change.org seek to put an end to the holiday hit. One begs the FCC to ban it from the radio. A representative for the singer declined to comment to the Journal. Now, ahead of a look at inflationary pressures when we shop, Wall Street is cautiously optimistic. So after our rally yesterday of about 1.5%, S&P futures are gaining 26 points. NASDAQ up 82, Dow ahead now 223. Bloomberg Money Watch at 26 and 56 past every hour. I'm Steve Potusk for 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
40 days up to 40 pounds. Say it with me. 40 days up to 40 pounds. With NJ Diet, it only takes 40 days to lose a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40 plus pounds. NJ Diet is unlike any other diet. It's more of a health transformation rather than a weight loss program. NJ Diet uses your hair, saliva, and blood work along with bioenergetic scans to personalize supplements that will target your hormonal imbalances, which gets your body into the fat burning zone so you can lose the weight. Then NJ Diet uses DNA info to help you keep it off. Don't wait for your doctor to give you bad news and then try to figure it out. Get ahead of your health by visiting njdiet.com today. Your weight loss can help you overcome many health issues like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, arthritis, depression, and even digestive issues. So what are you waiting for? Locations throughout the tri-state area or worldwide with live online video consults. Visit njdiet.com or call 855-5NJ-DIET. That's 855-5NJ-DIET.
7:58, 1010 Wins, 92.3 FM. Good morning, it's Susan Richard. Now this message. If you lived, worked, or went to school in Lower Manhattan, below Canal Street, on 9/11, or in the 8 months that followed, listen up, because you really need to contact Barish and McGarry at 911awards.com. It's because you may be eligible for both free lifetime health care and an award from the 9/11 Victim Compensation Fund. See, our government created those programs for everyone who was breathing in all that toxic dust downtown, but so many people aren't enrolling because they, A, mistakenly think this is only for first responders, or B, they don't realize just how many cancers are now on the list of 9/11 illnesses, and that you can qualify even if you're currently healthy. So let Barish and McGarry help you enroll, all right? Go to 911awards.com. That's 911awards with an S.com. Barish and McGarry, lawyers for the 9/11 community.
WINS FM in HD1 New York. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Baby, it's cold outside. Real feel right now, 15. We're at 25. Clear skies, humidity 72%. The winds variable at 5, gusting to 17. 25 going up to a sunny 40 in Central Park. More people get their news from 1010 Wins than from any other radio station in the nation. Zach Newman's our service aide. Justin Schrager is at the editor's desk. I'm Susan Richard.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM, New York.
Good morning, 25 degrees with a real feel of 15 at 8 o'clock. It's Tuesday, December 13th. I'm Lee Harris. Here's what's happening. The 18-year-old wanted for the fatal stabbing of his 16-year-old girlfriend in Harlem has turned himself into police. Former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried has finally been arrested in the Bahamas on various fraud and money laundering charges, just as he was about to testify to Congress. The man in charge of subway security had some explaining to do to the city council after the 10th homicide in the subway this year. New York among the cities encouraging but not forcing you to mask up indoors. Some cities, though, are considering making it mandatory again. We've got stormy weather out west, 5 feet of snow in parts of Northern California. Sports, Rangers beat the Devils in overtime. The Nets won. The Patriots beat the Cardinals in Monday Night Football. 1010 Wins AccuWeather. Lots of sun today, but chilly. We'll have a high of 41. is news time, 8:01. Now it's traffic and transit on the ones. Here's Karen Stewart.
Well, let's start with what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels, 45 to 50. Those are the numbers inbound over at the Holland, the Lincoln, and the GW Bridge. At the Eastern River, we're very heavy on the Whitestone Expressway to and from the Whitestone Bridge. We don't have those problems at the Throgs Neck, but if you choose the Throgs Neck going into the Bronx, you're going to run into that construction on the Bruckner into Bronx-Pelham Parkway, so just be aware of that. Southbound Bronx River Parkway delays all the way down into the Bruckner interchange are starting all the way up at 222nd Street. Let's take a check and see how we're doing in Jersey. Eastbound 80 still with a disabled truck in the right lane at exit 42 for 202 in Parsippany. And for the moment, that's about it. And NJ Transit's back too. Get that. NJ Transit is back. We look great right now. No problems with NJT. We do have some subway delays like the Brooklyn bound R's, C's, 2s and 3s, the city-bound 1s, and the Queens-bound A's in both directions, the 6s, are all running with delays. Alternate side parking rules and regulations are in effect for today. It's a gridlock alert day today, and we're sponsored by Pfizer. When temperatures drop, COVID-19 cases may rise. So if you test positive and you're at high risk, act fast, even if your symptoms feel mild. Ask your provider for an authorized oral treatment that could be right for you. Visit treatcovid19.com. I'm Karen Stewart. Your next report is 8:11 on 1010 Wins 92.3 FM.
Cops say they got the 18-year-old who stabbed his 16-year-old girlfriend to death in Harlem on Sunday. Glenn Schuck with more from Harlem this morning.
Zaire Crumbly turning himself into police last night. He's been charged with murder. Cops have been looking for him since they found Sanaya Lawrence stabbed and dead inside an apartment that was vacant in West 136th Street, that building, on Sunday. Her grandmother, Denise Jackson, spoke with us, saying she wasn't aware of any major problems between the two.
I never heard of abuse, like little arguments, like boyfriend and girlfriend, like teenage stuff that she would go through. Abuse, no, because she was always in my presence.
Friends and relatives of Sanaya planning a vigil 5:30 this evening. Now, as for Crumbly, he's been on probation since May for prior robbery arrests. Glenn Schuck, 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM, the 32nd Precinct in Harlem.
Gunfire outside a housing project in the Bronx last night left 4 people wounded. One of them is in critical condition this morning.
The most seriously injured victim was shot 4 times. All this happening outside the Mott Haven houses on East 141st Street. Glenn was across the street and heard 10 or 11 shots, later describing what went through his mind.
As long as he's not near me, let me get out of the way.
You were in your apartment?
Yeah, but that's why I say I'm glad that it wasn't. I still ducked.
The 3 other victims are a 39-year-old woman, a 41-year-old man, and a 38-year-old man. They are expected to survive. Roger Stern, 1010 Wins, on 92.3 FM at the Mott Haven houses in the Bronx.
A lot of people have been asking why former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried hasn't been arrested yet. Well, now he has been arrested right before he was going to testify on Capitol Hill.
After the collapse of FTX, ABC News asked Sam Bankman-Fried whether he worried about going to prison.
There are a lot of things that are worrying me right now. And as best as possible, I'm trying to focus on what I can do going forward to be helpful.
He was supposed to testify Tuesday before Congress, but authorities in the Bahamas arrested Bankman-Fried after federal prosecutors here in New York filed criminal charges. A source familiar with him told ABC News Bankman-Fried is facing a multi-count fraud indictment 1 month after FTX filed a $32 billion bankruptcy. Aaron Kitersky, ABC News, New York.
His former girlfriend who ran the hedge fund that reportedly lost a lot of FTX's money has lawyered up, leading to speculation that she's about to roll on the man some now call Sam bankrupt fraud. 1010 Wins AccuWeather. It's the coldest morning of the season so far with AccuWeather real feels in the teens. It'll be sunny and quite chilly this afternoon. The high near 40. 25 now, sunny. Humidity at 72. Winds are variable at 5. 25, we're going up to 40, and the AccuWeather real feel is 15. Governor Hochul was just elected to a full term, but a new poll finds New Yorkers are already somewhat disappointed with her job performance.
The governor's favorability slightly down since Election Day, a different story for her challenger.
Lee Zeldin saw his favorability rating with New York voters soar.
Zeldin with a 46% favorability rating, up a net 18 points according to Siena College pollster Stephen Greenberg. Hochul's approval also down from 52% to 49%.
What I think this poll says is that Governor Hochul still has work to do to become known, to become liked.
He says the poll taken the first week of December shows New Yorkers feel Hochul hasn't made much progress on several issues, including crime. Samantha Leapman, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Members of the city council had some questions for the man in charge of subway safety. Mostly they wanted to know why the subway system still seems very unsafe, with 10 homicides in the system so far this year. The response was that the MTA is working on that while also trying to keep itself in business by taking on fare beaters in addition to people beaters.
Transit Safety Vice President Robert Deal says the security guards posted at slam gates are already reaping benefits.
By holding that gate, we're probably eliminating about 50% of the fare evasion that occurs.
Some 346 cameras have been installed in subways, but the completion of that program will take years. Transit President Richard Davey says while ridership is up, so are MTA deficits.
The MTA's operating budget, to be frank, is in dire straits.
And he says it's going to take a combination of finding fares, city and state money to come to the rescue.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me this morning, riding in the car with me as we listen to the news. We'll see you on the next video.